Why have I fallen into a spiritual depression? What started me on this path had everything to do with how I felt and all the disappointments I've experienced, especially in myself. I think having to control my surroundings was what eventually led me to my disconnection from God. I quit reading the Bible, stopped praying, and just started focusing on my circumstances, my emotions. I tried to pray, but God just felt so far away. Honestly, I was afraid to admit where I was at because of critical Christians. The pain and the loneliness I felt had just emptied my will to follow Jesus. I was depressed and lazy and dreamt of taking my life. I didn't even know if I believed in Jesus anymore. I didn't know where I'd go if I died. My life was a mess. My business no longer satisfied my need for success. My body was weak and frail, and I just hated who I'd become. I needed someone to save me, to fix me. I needed a friend. A young man got on stage and said, "There are people in this room that are hungry bakers who are busy baking for others while they are starving." I was starving, my soul starving. Yet I stood on a platform and sang and led a congregation, feeding their souls while mine was empty. I started a journey to seek truth, to find out why doubt had taken over my life. I read about Peter and how Jesus painfully called him out, saying that Peter would deny him 3 times, but then he told him, "Don't let your heart be troubled." Jesus knew he would restore Peter and that their relationship would be even better. Jesus revealed to Peter who he really was, and it was painful. He exposed his weakness, but then brought healing and restoration. I think, like Peter, Jesus had to devastate my inner confidence in myself, and he knew I would never progress unless I faced that weakness. I had given my upbringing so much control over who I was. I know I can't erase what I've been through, but I now realize that it doesn't have to be who I am or what I filter the rest of my life through. I realize that I can't let others believe on my behalf. There were some disappointments this last year, but what happened, whether I wanted it to or not, whether it was my fault or not. But I realized that I couldn't move forward another year facing my past, facing people. I can't look to them and compare myself to them, compare my situation to theirs, and then walk into a future that God has for me. Paul said, "I want you to know that what God has for me is for me." See, I got so busy comparing my situation to the situation of others, I no longer feel like I'm in this life trying to get to Jesus, like I'm here and he's way over there. What I now see is that we are walking together. I had to make a choice, and I choose to follow Jesus.